I'm very humbled to be in this position. As I said earlier, it was a very thorough process, and you should congratulate the board members who do this part-time in addition to their full-time jobs. They were very diligent, I would think, in selecting me. And again, I've heard of some of the competition that I was up against, and I'm very humbled to be standing before you tonight. I had a 20-year career with the St. Louis Police Department, and retired as a lieutenant. I was very fortunate. I had many enjoyable assignments that 20 years, a lot of good experience. I worked primarily in the 6th District, the 7th District, a little bit in the 2nd District. Did a short stint in homicide. I was on our SWAT team for about 8 years. I figured if my wife has stuck with me for 20 years after that, she's not going to leave me. So what did I do? I retired and went to Iraq for a year. And I spent a year in Iraq working with U.S. forces and the Iraqi security forces over there, helping prosecute Iraqi insurgents that were still conducting offensive operations. So it's kind of in the family. I have a brother now that's a former police officer. He's in Afghanistan doing the same thing, working for the same company. So somebody said, Jim, if you want to have a midlife crisis, go out and buy a Corvette. You don't need to go to Afghanistan or Iraq to do that. But it was a great experience. I wouldn't trade it for anything. I got back home, did a short stint with the Washington University Police Department, and then I saw this opportunity come up. And I'm very grateful to the board members for seeing this through, and it came out a very favorable outcome for me. I have 3 boys. One goes right here to St. Louis U High, one goes out to Diani out in Kirkwood, and I have a grade schooler. My wife Lori is a pediatric nurse out at St. John's, and we live in Lindenwood Park and have for the last 20 years. So I'm close. I'm 5 miles, 4.8 miles from the Central West End, and I told my wife we're going to start this. We're going to get a list of all the restaurants in the Central West End, and we're going to start checking them off. So she's excited about that. The husbands can relate. I always get accused of not taking her out enough. So with me is Sarah Wickenhauser. She has been with the NSI for about a year and a half, and she's really had a tremendous burden put on her the last couple months while my seat was vacated. She is an aspiring crime analyst. These are products that Sarah puts together. We're trying to get her some formalized training so she can marry up with the police department's crime analysis unit, and we can hopefully feed off of the information we're getting from the police department and try and implement some security measures as we see fit for local crimes here in the Central West End. So, Captain introduced Dan Schulte. I know last time I saw Dan, he handed me a slip to join the 9th District Business Association. So call Dan if you're interested in joining that organization. I'll tell you, I never worked in the 9th District. I was 7th, 6th, 2nd. We were always very jealous of the 9th District because the Business Association was very generous to the 9th District officers. And so that's only because of support from the residents and the businesses. Let me see. Anybody else? Okay, yes.
Can I just real quick, because he may have to scoot out of here, but one of my lieutenants just got here. So we have a lieutenant from the 9th District. I don't know if you ever met Scott Abishan.
Some of you might know me, see me walk around the neighborhood. I live in Maryland, actually. So, hello, everybody.
There you go. Scott's a new dad, and a nice addition to the 9th District. Was here when I got here, but I'm glad to have him.
Thank you.
And we also have a special appearance from the Alderwoman if there's any particular questions for her concerning security issues in the neighborhood.
It's not special, but
it's a regular visit, right?
I hope so.
It's special for me because I have to be honest. Some of the community meetings I've attended in the past.